Hey guys, so I'm going to make a video tonight. Oh, I still got Collie here. I'm going to let Collie sit here because this would be a good time to cut through illusions and stuff. And I'm just going to make a video. I'm not sure how long I'm going to talk. This will be a spirit talk, and this is an important one. That I definitely feel spirit really wanted me to talk about this one, okay? Because this has kind of become a topic in the group over the last few days, and over on Facebook. If you guys are not in my group on Facebook, Spiritually Intuitive Readings, just like the title of my YouTube, go check me out. That's the name of the group. And that's the name of my page with my name on it, and all kinds of stuff. But let's go ahead and talk about it. It's a very important topic. And I want to kind of talk about some things, especially, why you should not go to people for, say, love spells and things like that. And I know a lot of you know that there are scammers out there and what they do. And a lot of times you may, or others may think, nope, that wouldn't happen to me. I wouldn't fall for it. Okay. I know. I know you say that, but you don't understand the power of these people and how they can kind of get with you and mess with you and stuff. And some of them might not even like me making this video, but that's okay. That's okay. Let me put a little lipstick on before I begin this. Okay, but I feel like I just had, I actually, what I just did, I just got done doing, is making a video for someone who was in the thick of one of these situations. So I could read and kind of talk to her face to face and clear the haze of what had been happening to her. And what was going on. And she was definitely in the thick of one of these situations. Hopefully she doesn't mind me tell a little bit of the story, but she got in with one of these people, and she's lost a lot of money. A lot of money. Okay, and I know, like I said, why would people fall for this? Why were this, that? They should know better. If they get in there and your head and stuff, it can happen. It can happen to anybody. Even some of the smartest people. Okay, just like romance scammers, same thing. Even some of the smartest, women, men can be taken advantage of. Okay, because they know where to get. But there's a lot more to it than you might not know, understand, or realize. And that's what I want to clear the air about some things. So let's go ahead and talk. And another reason I also want to talk about this is, even as I was talking to one person tonight, which had a hell of a story to tell, another person came to me, another member, they kind of popped up and talked to me, and were like, you know what, I know I probably shouldn't do this, but I am seriously thinking about my ex coming back and doing a love spell and stuff. And of course I talked her out of it, and I explained to her, hey, you don't want to go there. You don't want to go to the dark side on this, okay? And it's not just even the, oh, you shouldn't mess with someone's free will. It's that you could get into a mess with these people and be taken advantage of so bad that you didn't know what hit you. So we stopped one from going that road, and I feel pretty confident we did. But also, I was also in a situation where I kind of had to go in a battle with whatever forces that were attacking her, hence why Collie's sitting here, okay, to be able to put an end to it. So there would be no more loss. And so it also set this person free from what was going on. Okay, so let me get adjusted for this. This is a big one. I always got to adjust. Okay. So what you guys need to understand, if you've ever sat there, maybe you want to bring love into your life, maybe you want an ex back, maybe you want to have more prosperity. Okay, now first is, are there real people that actually maybe could do a little something special and bring about love and all that stuff? There are still some people who could maybe generate, speed up karma, this, that. Sure, there's good people out there, and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say no ritual works, but I personally believe that you're better off doing these yourself. Okay, so for instance, if I want to bring, maybe bring about prosperity, maybe I'll get my journal out, kind of write some things that I would like to manifest, get a green candle or whatever. Maybe I'll do a little something like that. I'll do some things myself. But, there can be some legitimate people, but unfortunately there's so many that are not. And if you end up going to these people, you could end up in a big mess. But a lot of it can start, of course, with people popping up in your inbox, and things, and their hook is going to be a reading. Okay, it's just going to be maybe the read's only $25, $35 a donation. It's gonna be a very simple, small, meager amount. It's normally what it is. Okay, so that's why also I want you guys to be careful. Say you're on Facebook, say you're on TikTok, whatever, and you think, okay, I could just $20 reading. You don't always know what you're getting into. Okay, and like I said, I know a lot of you feel, no, I'm smart, I would know. And there are people who would know and they would walk away. But there are those that are vulnerable and they know how to mess with them. So let's clear up one misconception about something about readers, psychics and things. Remember, we're trying to keep you away from that. Colleen's going to kind of clear the haze tonight. Just because you're a person that you go to who says they're a reader is right about some things. Okay, though very often, if you look back, if you've ever had, they can be real vague and stuff, but just but still, maybe they're not. Just because someone is right does not mean that their information is coming from a good source. Okay, this is one of the things people need to understand. Okay, this is one of the things that people need to understand. Okay, that, because, that, whatever, if they're attached to something very negative or dark, that will give them the information, because then they're going to go in there, okay, latch onto you and do their thing, right? Okay, so just always remember that. Because that's what, when I've talked to people over the years that I have met who have been in these situations where they got scammed, or things happened, or they forked out a lot of money, and they played on their fear and all that. That's one of the things they'll say. But she was right about this. She was right. Just because they're right doesn't mean it comes from spirit or source. Okay, that's one of the things to understand. Okay, you could still, Ouija boards, for instance, don't always lie. There are times they tell the truth. There is a lot of stories, of people who played with Ouija board and it gave the name of their husband, and it gave, it happens. Just because they're right does not mean they're a good person. Okay, first of all. So a lot of the time what these people do is they will have, maybe they're offering, it looks innocent enough, $25, $30, maybe a $40, $50, whatever reading. But it does not stop there. A good reader, it will stop there. Like, say, if you go to, a certain reader and you just have a reading about whatever thing, you've done you paid your $40, $50, got your information, then it's done. It's a done deal unless you want to go back to them for another thing and stuff. And I know, and sometimes maybe that reader is a Reiki person, and maybe they offer a little bit of Reiki services, but they don't play on your fear, right? Maybe they just, talk about, some kind of good healing. Maybe you have health issues, whatever. But then there are those who go to the dark side. Okay, so, but what you need to understand, if you end up in the wrong situation, okay, say you got that person, maybe they're right here, they hit a few things, and you're kind of, invested in this, and they, and all that, you start kind of letting your guard down. And a lot of times when you may not, and see, this is why I like to do all my reads on video. So that way nobody can be giving me information. I'm just spilling it all out on a video. Okay, nobody can give me information while I'm doing this, because I'm just talking to my iPad. Okay, as everything comes in, I'm not getting info from you, that, if I'm doing the reading, because you're not there. I'm just letting it all come on the iPad, whatever I get, everything. Okay. Anyway. So, say they get a few nails on the head, right, that. Okay, so they're right, they're this, they're that. But then they start, inevitably they'll whittle their way about saying, certain things about maybe your energy, dark energy, links, curses, and all that good stuff. Okay, which is not good stuff, of course. That's what all that comes in. Now, there are a lot of people that may run from that point. Oh, okay. But there are those but she was right. Well, what they do is kind of play on your fear. Well, what if it's true? What if it's true? The reason why, I haven't been able to love is because of a generational curse, or I have dark energy, or somebody did something to me, or this or that, right? And what normally happens, the dynamic within that individual, okay, that is being manipulated is a couple things. One, they're going to have their intuition, and it's going to be going, no, no, no. This, you've heard about these stories. You've heard about the, the people say you're cursed and this and that. Okay, you've got intuition. Red flag, red flag. But then, of course, they're starting to plant a seed, right? But what if it's true? What if it's true? And I don't pay this money, and everything goes bad. Everything goes bad. Okay, so these two start going like this, head to head, and it just depends on who's going to win. Okay, is your fear going to take over, or is your intuition going to knock this out like that and go, nope, I'm done, thank you, nice meeting you. Okay, now this is what also, you guys, this is where the danger lies in these situations. This is where the danger lies, and what you need to be aware of. And a lot of people that are muggles, and as I was just saying to somebody tonight, people that are muggles do not understand, or are not aware of, and do not see. Okay, if they end up, in a situation and all this stuff, what they need to understand, and you need to understand, public, is these people do magic on you. Okay, the romance scammers, for example, even do magic on people. Okay, and I know you think, what? They do. Okay, it's not just sweet talk, this, that. Okay, same with the romance scammer. It's not just sweet talk. It's not just love bombing. It's not, hey, beautiful, and all this. They're doing magic on you. There's even videos, if you bounce around on YouTube, that they have interviewed people in various places who do this stuff, that they admit to doing magic. Okay, so in these situations, okay, with this, you're cursed, or this or that, what they're doing is doing magic on that person. Okay, and the more they accept certain things to be done, especially messing with their energy body, like they will say, let me go ahead and start working with your energy body, clearing links, this, that. What they're really doing, and you've just opened access for them to link you and start draining you and manipulating you. Here, okay, your solar, your will, and all that. Your root chakra, your fear. Okay, and all of that. You've just given them access. Okay, you have just given them access by saying to do certain work energetically or spell, whatever, this, that. If you, okay, it's right. You've just given them access, and now they can magically work on you. And so the only magic happening is not breaking curses, is not doing this, is not clearing negativity from you. They're actually binding you. They're actually binding you. And even just the video that I made tonight for a person who was going through this, and they were, this was starting to get in there, right? It was getting there, but it was still working on it. Okay, and that's where, even my very first card was the Eight of Swords when I did a reading for her. Okay, which I also did energetic work to cut those links. And let me just show you guys, for those who are not tarot familiar. Remember, I know I have muggles who watch. This was my very first card. Was this card right here. And look at that, and that's exactly what they do. And that's exactly what they did to the woman that I was talking to tonight. Okay, they put her in a bind. They bound her with magic, mentally manipulate, put her in a prison, emotionally manipulated her with the water. Notice the red is power. Red in tarot represents power. And they took her power away. That's what they do. Okay, that's what they do. So that's a big reason you muggles, okay, do not want to do these. Because where do you think, oh, they're going to do this, that? They're actually doing magic on you. Okay? And this is what you need to understand. And this is my girl Collie's here. She did some work tonight. She went to war. Okay? What you need to understand is that when you see people and it's like, how were they taken advantage of? How did this happen? How did this happen, right? How could that? It's because they were magically manipulated. It wasn't just certain words and saying this, that. It's other forces. Whatever deity, whatever this, that they're involved with, magically manipulates them. Okay? And then here comes money, money, money. Money, money, money. And they're going to keep going. And they're going to keep going until you stop. Okay? And so at first it might be 300, 500. But the thing is to play on your fear, especially that root chakra. Once they got a link to it. Now, a lot of times when we talk about links, what does that mean? When spiritualists talk about it, they link the chakra, your energy body. They link the chakra, and they form an energetic link. And now you're a puppet, and they can manipulate you through that link. Okay. Now, even just if we just talk about links and energetic links, easily can form. Just they naturally form. It's not always magical, of course. Like for instance, I'm sure I have links from my heart chakra to my children. Okay, that's a natural, link that just happens. When people marry, their chakras link. Okay, they link from all the chakras. They're making a vow. They're becoming a connection. The two become one. The two become one flesh. Remember what Jesus says? How do you think that happens? Chakra to chakra. Okay, so, but what they do is, so once you've said, oh yes, you could do this work, you could do this, and all that. I see this is a big reason why I have told people, and I do have, I have one Reiki person in my group, I'm totally fine with her. But just for example, say you're on Facebook, and you're in a Facebook group, and somebody says, be open to send some Reiki. Why are these people, sure, send it to me. You don't know if they're sending Reiki, they maybe sending something else. And stuff. So you want to make sure if anybody, is ever saying Reiki, that's someone and they're a real Reiki person, they're really, a good person. Don't just open up to any old stranger from God knows where and you don't know who they are, and they're just going to energetically mess with you. Why do people do this? Why do people do this? And stuff. But I understand people don't understand, how the magical world works. Okay, and certain things with vulnerability and stuff. So yes, so when you're seeing situations like this, and that's what I want you guys to be aware of, okay? When you're seeing a situation where you've heard about certain people being manipulated, or they paid a lot of money, or they did this or did that, don't judge these people. Because it's just like that Eight of Swords card that I showed you, that's what they did to them. And that's why they were able to get certain control, to be able to funnel all this money out of them. That is a big factor in the reason why they do it. Okay, is their will is not their own. Just like the one lady I was talking to tonight, she was like, I felt like I had no free will. That's exactly why, because they were doing magic on her. Okay, except that is what happens. So that's why, when it comes to these things, that you got to be so careful if you, with who you talk to, who you open up to, who you have a reading with. And it's just like even with with certain readers and things like that, check business pages, check referrals, check, just like for instance, if somebody, somebody and they had a good reading with someone and hey, you should check her out and everything, you know that person and everything, sure, just things like that. But just be real careful and stuff, and also you can do readings without having somebody completely access all your energy body, and things like that, and stuff, just various things. So you got to be super careful. But normally, with a good reader, it's just, here's your reading and it's a done deal. There should not be any more follow through that and all this. And if anything, just like, when I do my videos and my reads, I really try to tell people how to empower themselves. Okay, that's, if you want to manifest this is what I want you to do. Get your journal. I always tell people, get a journal, write it out, be specific with the universe. I show you to manifest. Okay, for you to manifest certain things and give you maybe some tips to the trade, practicing gratitude. That's one of my secrets is practicing gratitude. But somebody should not be, this, that. But there was even one in the group just a couple days ago who had posted, she got a reading with one person, but then she was like, oh, let you talk to my mentor and everything. And then the mentor, that's where they were saying, oh, this chakra, that chakra, I'm a third generational healer, I'm one of the few who can do this. The ritual I do is very expensive. I use holy water from the Vatican, gold bars and roses. They were starting that. But when I was talking to her, I said, send me some of this stuff on my messenger. I want to look at both of them, the reader and the mentor. And I was like reading, the energy. And I'm like, I think these people are one and the same. I think the person who was supposedly a student and supposedly somebody who was the mentor is the same person. Okay. So, there's all kinds of stuff. I see this is why a lot of times I like to go face to face with people. And if you're I don't want, well, I want to be careful with that because I know there's a lot of good readers who mainly write, like Facebook chat, this, that. But it's so much better if you can video chat with someone. Though you do have to be careful because even people video chat with you can be assholes. Okay. I should also clarify. You got to be careful because even, long ago when my very first reader I went to, I ended up meeting one of these type of people. Okay. I ended up meeting one of these type of people, but I'm glad I had the experience. Okay. Because, I didn't know back then. I was only 24. I didn't know back then I would become a reader and stuff. So I'm glad I got to understand how they get into your head and manipulate. And they'll tell you you're cursed and this, that, and they'll play in your fear. And like I said, you'll have your intuition is saying one thing, red flag, but they put the fear in there. But what if they're right? What if it's true? And these two go head to head, and it depends who wins. Okay, if you're going to continue with that person, maybe they'll get that out of the way. Or if you say, nope, goodbye, thank you, it was nice knowing you. Okay, but this is where they really make their money. They don't do it, like my reads are pretty much $40, for my videos. And, a lot of us, we just simple and everything. But those guys are just, 3,000-4,000, this, that. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Which I just don't understand. Sometimes I just sit there and I'm like, but the karma. Oh, the karma. If people really knew the karma that is involved for doing this to people, it's bad. It's bad. Spirit does not like dirty. Okay, spirit does not like dirty. It is, oh my God, and stuff. They don't understand. But that's, they'll have to learn that lesson one day. So but yeah, I just want to make you aware of that. That just, like, you may go in and, oh no, I can't be fooled. I'm this, that, and stuff, and, and everything, but you can. Okay? And you got to be real careful with that. Like I said, if I, tell people, that a lot of times people don't think about it. They don't realize these people are magically manipulating them. That they're actually putting spells on them to get them to keep giving them money. That's what they do. And that's why a lot say the public steps back, say they read an article or see a story or this, that, and be like, why did they not understand? That's because of the magic. A lot of it is the magic and the things that they say and the seeds that they plant to be able to manipulate them, to control them like a puppet, so they will continue to give them the cash. Okay, and it's a very thing. So just, you got to be very careful with that. Now, unfortunately, I mean, it's just like, just as I know the path and how it is, a good reader can really get someone in the good direction. And just like a good Reiki healer can really, like I know, some good Reiki healers have done good things for people and help them in such positive and beautiful ways. It is, it is such a beautiful thing that it can be done, and it can help somebody on the road to healing, and stuff. And but unfortunately, what I pretty much learned and assessed just meeting people over time is it's pretty much a 50-50 world, when it comes to the world of psychics. 50 are good, legitimate, honest people, and stuff, and 50 are real bad and dark. It's just the way it is and stuff. So but anyway, so I just want you guys to be real careful with that and stuff, and just remember, that is what happens. Be careful. Don't, who you open your energy to. Okay, and everything like that. And a lot of times, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. Just when people offer, love spell, I can bring back your ex, I can do this. Come on. They're playing on you, that you're sad and everything to bring it back. Where that's just not, obviously, you should not mess with someone else's free will. okay, as it is, and things like that. But really, what they're going to do is mess with your free will. Okay, they're going to mess with your free will. Is what's going to happen. It's going to be crazy, and it's going to be a nightmare and stuff. So, you know, but yes, I mean there are certain things, rituals, things that can help, like say open the door to love. That's a true thing. You can do that, but a lot of it, really, the best is do it yourself. It's like I said, don't mess with anybody's free will. But I'm talking about just opening the door to love. Like, maybe just get like a beautiful red candle, right? I would like love this, that, and everything. Kind of set it out there. Maybe on a full moon and everything. You can do all that yourself and everything like that. Prayers, don't forget pray. There's things you can do. Things that are positive and stuff. But you just got to be real careful. There's a lot of tricks to the trade, but like I said, yeah, just because someone's right doesn't mean it comes from a source. Doesn't mean it comes from spirit and stuff like that. But one of the ways, of course, you will know that people are coming from source spirit is, say you've done that reading and it's over, and stuff, you leave it alone. And maybe there was some good positive. You should have even if, let's put it this way, if you encounter a good reader, like maybe say I read for you, and maybe I tell you that, your relationship is going down, and it's just the way it is. And so, but whatever reason, how I give you that message, I hopefully would be able to still empower you, give you some kind of hope for the future, kind of give you an idea of certain things to come that can go in a positive direction for you, and things like that. But hopefully after your reading can be some kind of healing thing. Like you could feel you're beginning to heal. Maybe you don't like the news. Maybe, just like say if I did a reading, I let somebody know the relationship, is falling apart, things like that and stuff. But, to get you in kind of healing, geared toward healing, even excited for it and stuff, and it still can go on, have a better future and things like that. Just kind of clear the haze and what we got to do here and stuff. That we're a release is happening that is positive still. Then you've had a good session and things like that as well. So sometimes we can't tell you what you want to hear, but if we've had that release and we're getting, yes, you're right, I need to get on the, I'm going to look forward to the future, this, whatever it may be, hopefully we get you there, with some things like that. But it's it's been a heck of a night, just kind of some of, kind of what's been coming through the last week. And I definitely felt encouraged that it's time. I really need to kind of sit there and just do a video and talk about it and stuff. But yeah, just, like PMs, say you see a post, maybe you're on it, maybe it is a TikTok, maybe it is a person on TikTok, but then they start talking to you about all this. I can energetically clear this, I can do that. But then they're talking about a lot of money. And then they'll start justifying, oh, the supplies are expensive or this or that and everything, where a general Reiki session, maybe would be like $80 or something like that. Theirs is 300, 400, 500. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to take a lot out of me. I need supplies. I need this, all that. It's ridiculous. Stuff like that. But just, like I said, when you see those stories, just remember, don't, beat up on people like, oh, how could they do that? And don't ever think you can't be, magically manipulated. Okay, you can. You can, and that's why you just want to do your best to avoid, certain people and stuff like that. It can be, very sad and expensive lesson and stuff like that, especially just the power of magic and what it can do. And magic, I don't want to bash it. There's still positives. There can be beautiful things and things like that. We are magical people. Even when I know I joked and called some people muggles, but, we really are creators. We do have a divine spark in us, and we really are creators, and we're kind of doing things all the time. And we really are. But just, I want you guys to be very vigilant and keep, and be sharp about that. But yeah, just a lot of that. If if anybody, like I said, finding good reader, whether it's me or someone else, if you're in my group, I can always recommend other people if you want, people I know that don't do this kind of thing. But like, when it comes to, with this stuff, really kind of look at recommendations, look at referrals and stuff. Try to go face to face with people if you can and stuff. If you can, I know I don't want to eliminate good readers that only write, but it's so much better, if you could kind of see the person, their energy, the way they talk, and things like that. That's why I always like to do like the lives on, Facebook and things, so people can see how I do stuff. But just, it's a real sad thing. It really frustrates me. It really angers me, just what it can do. But I mean, they will get their karma. They will get their karma in the end and stuff. But that is something I really want to get out there. I feel like I got to get that out there so people understand that they will magically manipulate you. Once you kind of open up, sure, you can work on my energy body. Sure, you can clear this negativity from me, and clear my chakras. And you got to be careful who's sending you energy. Okay? You got to be careful who you're letting access that energy body. Okay? Because that, you'll become a puppet. They can make you sick. They can, there's all kinds of things. Cause you fear, get in your head, plant seeds. Just, it's like opening a door. It's opening a door, and it's crazy. And that's why, us readers, and stuff who, do what we do, who've worked, with magic or whatever, and everything, we shield, so people can't just bounce off and do stuff. We've been shielding for years. We've always had that. We have our guides, our protection, this, that. Just even when I'm sitting here doing readings, I've got my protection, I've got this, that, even to the bracelets I have, and just everything. You wonder why I wear so many. And so just all kinds of stuff. We just have all kind of protection. We've learned to do that, and that's why, we don't get messed with as bad and stuff. And I got my girl Collie here, and stuff. So I got my Collie and stuff. So yeah, just be real vigilant, guys. And stuff. I don't want people to be swayed that they don't go for a reading, because I know that, that readings can be very helpful and powerful. And give guidance, like, even I get readings sometimes, because sometimes, we need somebody that's a little objective and things like that. It can be harder to see ourselves, it can be harder to see ourselves and stuff. And, but of course, if you ever want to come to my group, you just want a free read, come on in, go ask for a reading. You're always more than welcome to join my group and ask for a free read. If you don't want to pay for it, you don't have to. And stuff. I've got all kinds of readers, or I may even pop on there and give you a reading myself. And stuff, if I have the time and everything. I do try to get in the group. I try to do at least 2 or 3 readings a week, something, keep that going and stuff. But yeah, just be real careful, guys, and stuff and everything. But yeah, don't think you can't be fooled. Okay, don't think you can't be magically manipulated. And matter of fact, I would rather you have that in your mind, so you keep a kind of a guard and just kind of aware. Yes, it can happen to anybody. Because it happens to smart people. It happens to educated people. It happens to businessmen, businesswomen, and stuff. All that, and everything that this happens. And everything is for, like romance scammers, obviously, like I said, they're doing magic on them. Okay, these, oh, I'm going to do this energy, break this curse, this, that, and everything. And they make you forget that spirit has all the power. That spirit has all the power. They can do everything. They can, your own guides, angels, they can protect you. They can, and everything. So they want you to forget about that and everything. So it's just a damn shame. And so, but I just want to get that out there as a quick spirit talk. It's been a heck of a night, just kind of face this. And it's just unfortunate when I do that. But, the one thing I was glad, I was able to deter, one person from going that road, which, like I said, I don't judge. I completely understand. Sometimes, when the heart's hurting and you wanted an ex back or a husband or this and that, and the cat opened the freezer again, people, their hearts hurt, and stuff, and they're vulnerable and everything like that. And they're just hoping, just to, I just give a little money a try, but they don't understand if they open that door, the fiasco that'll happen. It won't stop there. It won't stop there. One little love ritual. All of a sudden, it's more and more and more. It's a whole lot. They're going to keep going. They don't care if you mortgage your house. They don't care if you're on the street. It doesn't matter. They do not care. Okay? They don't care if you lose it all. Except they don't care if it kills you. They don't, they don't care if people, unalive themselves because of it. Okay? None of it. It's sad but true. And so you be safe, you be vigilant, you be smart, okay? And if anybody ever says your little chakras are imbalanced, or you're cursed, or, you've got this negative and only I can clear, all that stuff, okay? And it's going to cost, all kinds of stuff. And like I said, I'm not trying to deter you to have a nice little Reiki session, but I'm talking about when they're kind of putting you in a dark place and making you feel that they're the only ones that can fix you. Okay, that's when you need to run. Okay, that's when you need to run. Don't look back. And I would even kind of do a little cleansing of your own, and shake off anything in that experience and stuff. Okay, and that's why it's a big thing. And that's why they're all over. They're all over and stuff. Okay, you be safe, you be vigilant, and you trust your intuition. It does not lie. Except you don't have to be someone like me to have a good intuition. Okay, you all have it. You all have it. Pay attention. Okay, I hope this helps.